Aren't you the journalist? You should know that these people aren't willing to fucking talk. They're just here to scream and holler and fucking throw a fucking tantrum like a toddler. How's it going, guys? My name is JW Esquire, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at some Don Lemon controversies that happened about him invading a church, supposedly. If you do enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's go take a look. By the way, if you don't know who Don Lemon is, this is who Don Lemon is. Whether you, let's check this out. This is from a while back.
So Don, you love censorship, is what you're saying.
No, I don't love censorship. I believe in moderation.
Moderation is a propaganda word for censorship. Look, if something's illegal, we're going to take it down. If it's not illegal, then we're putting our thumb on the scale and we're being censors.
You're putting your thumb on the scale for moderating hate speech. I mean, you don't put out child pornography. That's not.
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
That's considered censorship. I'm just saying.
I literally said, if something is legal, okay, we will obviously remove it.
Okay.
We, I guess, have a disagreement because I do not believe in censorship that goes beyond the law, and you do.
So you don't consider that hate speech?
I guess you're not understanding what I'm saying.
We don't agree on this.
Yes, you want censorship and I don't.
No, I don't want censorship at
Yes,
all.
you do.
No, I want responsibility.
You desperately want censorship.
No, if I want a censorship...
You want censorship so bad you can taste it.
No, that's not true.
And I'm against censorship. I'm in favor of freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And freedom of speech only is relevant when people you don't like say things you don't like. Otherwise, it has no meaning.
True.
So Don, you love censorship.
So that's Don Lemon trying to interview supposedly one of the smartest people on the planet, right?
Of ice, and so here we go.
You could talk to the lead pastor.
Yeah. Let me show you. Okay. And so you can see the protesters here.
Yeah. So this is what happened. So they surrounded this church. You have children here. You have children that are here. There's actually a picture of a child fucking crying in the arms of his father because of these fucking animals. You don't go into a fucking church. You do not do this shit inside of a fucking church. You don't. This is the dumbest fucking thing. Also, a church, technically speaking, is not a public building. It is a private building. You cannot protest inside of a private building. Also, would these people do it in any other type of religion? No, I don't think they would. Would they go into a mosque and do this? I don't think they would. I don't think they would. I'm not a Christian, right? I'm not, but it's really sickening to me that these people can decide to go into a place of somebody's worship and do this type of shit and think that they're okay. They're not. National Guard is going to get called into this area, I guarantee you. Like, it's too fucking much, dude. Yeah, so this guy got dragged into a crowd, and he's getting dragged out by this gentleman right here. This gentleman's getting him the fuck out. This is Don Lemon interviewing the pastor of the church during the raid that they're having here.
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
It is.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
Your freedom to preach and your freedom to assemble and protest does not supersede somebody's freedom of worship and the freedom of belief. You cannot use your First Amendment right to interrupt, disrupt, or to cause harm to someone else's freedom of religion. This is not how our rights work. Okay, so you have the free. I'll give you a good example, right? You have the freedom to protest, right? You have the freedom of speech. You can protest. You can gather. However, if at any point in time you stop somebody's movement or you impede somebody's movement, you are now stomping on somebody's right to travel. That is a right we have. We have the right to travel. You are now stomping on that right. Therefore, you do not have a right to freedom of speech or to protest if you are impeding somebody's right to travel, right? Like, that's not, the rights are not there to where you can stomp on somebody else's rights. It's not what they're for. And this is exactly what these people are doing. They're stomping on somebody else's rights to do their own protest and assemble. Now, if they were outside the building, that'd be one thing, right? You can protest all you want outside the building, but the second you come into the building and you start disrupting everything around you, that is not okay. That's unacceptable. It is.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here.
Brother, when you have a pastor pushing you away, you're doing something wrong. A pastor is fucking pushing you away. You're doing too much, fuckface. You're doing way too fucking much. If a pastor is actually like pushing you the fuck away, you're doing too much. Especially when the pastor is being recorded, so he's obviously is being super like pastory, right? Whatever the fucking word is. He's being like super like he's got the mojo going on right now, right? Like I don't know if I've met a lot of pastors outside of church, right? And you know, they just speak and they talk like normal fucking human beings. But when they're in church, of course, you got to put on the mojo, right? This dude still has his mojo on, even with all the shit going on around in his church because of cameras on him, and he's still pushing you away.
Here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk?
He's not bitch slapping them. He just let them do whatever the fuck they want in there.
Talk to them as a Christian.
No one is willing to talk.
Yes, no one is willing to talk, fuckhead. You should already know this. Aren't you the fucking journalist? Aren't you the journalist? You should know that these people aren't willing to fucking talk. They're just here to scream and holler and fucking throw a fucking tantrum like a toddler. Absolute immature fucking behavior.
Okay, I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked this.
Yes, absolutely. This pastor is right. His flock, his church comes first before anybody else. Right now, if these people came in and they wanted to like be a part of the sermon, then now they're a part of his flock, right? That's how that works, but they're not.
Actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're not here to fucking worship. No, not at all. You weren't here to fucking worship. What a piece of shit, dude. Honestly, what a piece of shit. Don Lemon responds to Nicki Minaj's unhinged homophobic tweet. Unhinged? I don't think so. Let's take a look. So this is Nicki Minaj. Don cocksucking Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. Unhinged? No, I think it's pretty based. That's pretty based, Nicki. It's pretty fucking based.
So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged homophobic tweet about me. I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about shit for which you know nothing about. This is...
Hey, you first. Do you even still work with CNN? Or do you continue to just spew bullshit after bullshit?
You're out of your depth, by the way, and you are a homophobic bigot. You don't care about African Americans, and you're not an African American. From what
an Afro-Trinidadian mother and an Indo-Trinidadian father, making her multiracial with African and Indian heritage. So she has both. Oh, I see. Okay, I understand now. So Don Lemon, he's using the one drop rule here. So you have one drop of something other than African, so therefore you're not African. I see. How the tables have turned over these years, huh? Yes.
What I know, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules. And the other
I can guarantee you Nicki Minaj is not an undocumented citizen. Initially as an undocumented immigrant, despite living in the US for decades, gaining immense fame, and paying millions in taxes. She has remained a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, though she holds a green card. Okay, so she's not undocumented. She's not undocumented. So you're already fucking wrong. However, she was a illegal immigrant at one point in time, at the age of 5. It's unfortunate that your parents did that. However, it is what it is, right? Like, it is what it is. But yeah, so she has a green card. So she is, in fact, legal. She's legally allowed to be here, Don Lemon.
The thing is that your family...
I just Googled that. I fucking just Googled it. Brother, you can't even do that?
Family members, you have one family member who is reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender is your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile.
Damn.
And you have nerve to talk about me and what you think that I do? Nicki Minaj, get a life.
You first. You first. The second you start going into fucking churches and you start doing this shit, you're a fucking hack. You are. Like, that's really disgusting that this is what you do. No, Don Lemon no longer works for CNN. He was fired by the network in April 2023 after 17 years a departure that followed by public disagreement about the circumstances. Reports of a large settlement and his subsequent launch of his own digital platform, The Don Lemon Show. His departure followed controversial comments about Nikki Haley and other on-air remarks that reportedly angered colleagues and leadership. Okay. All right. So he's always just starting shit. Got it. Got it. He's always starting shit. Okay. So here's Don Lemon on the street this week after asking ICE in Minnesota. You can say whatever you want, but Don might have a response for you.
Think of what ICE is doing in Minnesota.
Am I allowed to say what I think?
You can say whatever you want.
I think all the chaos is caused by these paid agitators.
I think this kind of based, dude. Kind of based. You'd be a little bit more based if you weren't wearing latex gloves like a fucking pussy, but hey, you're kind of based.
When Obama was president, he did the same thing, and the Democrats were crickets about it. Now, because they hate Trump so much, they make a big deal.
You might have a point about that, but they weren't beating people up in public when Barack Obama did it.
They weren't resisting as much.
True. Because they were using due process.
No, they weren't.
Had to have a warrant.
They had warrants.
They don't have warrants.
They're going after the worst of the worst. Seriously, illegal aliens that have criminal records.
Sir, that's not who they're going after.
It is who they're going after. They're going after, like, a lot of the times, they're going after pedophiles, murderers, things like this. They are actually 100% going after these type of people.
Been out there. They're going after citizens. These are American citizens.
They aren't, there is, this dude's already fucking lying. There hasn't been a single American citizen that has been deported. There's no information on that at all. There's not a single American citizen that has been deported.
Citizens that they're picking up. They're not illegal aliens. And most of the people.
You're just making shit up. You want to be a fucking journalist, but you're making shit up.
People, no. Most of the people who they pick up have no criminal record. You want to see the facts? Can I show it to you? 73% of the current ICE detainees have no criminal convictions.
Yet. See how he said criminal convictions? It doesn't mean they're not criminals. They just haven't been convicted of a crime. That's like saying that people that are in jail waiting for their hearing is not a criminal. Technically, they're not. But they are arrested for whatever fucking criminal charges. They just haven't been convicted yet. You see the type of language that he's using? He's being very nitpicky with this shit. They haven't been charged with any criminal convictions yet. They haven't been charged yet.
I'm stunned.
Great.
I thought there were warrants.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if there's warrants or not. They haven't been convicted yet. But also, warrants are there to protect the rights of American citizens, not illegals. This is how it is.
No, there are no warrants.
You mean they without warrants?
Yes.
They did.
Yes, and they're picking up American citizens.
I watch
No, they're not.
news constantly.
No, they're not. This dude he's a fucking lying. Either he's lying intentionally or he is just this fucking deep in the weeds that he doesn't actually know. They are not arresting American citizens. ICE is not going after American citizens. Period.
It's Fox News constantly.
Well, I flick on to CNN and MS Now.
But what do you watch the most?
Fox News.
Why are you laughing about this? What the fuck do you watch? What do you watch? I can tell you this. I know what you're not watching, CNN, because you got fucking fired for all your bullshit. Try again.
Your question. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
All right, so here is how he was with this gentleman right here, right? Keep this in mind. So here he is with a Minneapolis activist that disrupts church service over pastor's ICE role. We don't know if the pastor actually was in ICE. We don't know.
You're doing this.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual. So that's.
Hey, what if somebody came up into your fucking Baptist church? What if someone pulled up into your Baptist church? Because supposedly one of the people in that church has done something. You don't know who. They don't know who. Supposedly one person has done something in that church. So the entire fucking service gets disrupted. Your kids are there, everything, and they're crying. What the fuck would you do, you piece of fucking shit? I fucking hate people like this.
Demanding justice for Renee Good and letting them know that
Renee Good is the person that got shot, right? Let me double check. Okay, so she was the one that was shot and killed by ICE agents. She hit an ICE agent with her car. By the way, the ICE agent that got hit with his car died of his injuries. This is what you're trying to protect.
This will not stand. They cannot pretend to be a house of God while harboring someone who is directing ICE agents to wreak havoc upon our country.
Okay, you want to bring up house of God and you want to say that they're harboring some kind of criminal, right? Is what you're going at right here. I hate to break it to you. Let's use theology here, okay? Let's use theology. Church is a hospital for the sick, not a museum for the saints. You can use this for any criminal activity. See, that weren't involved in the story over here. All we were told is ICE killed an innocent woman in her car who was complying with the law. We will actually take a look at the footage and I'll let you look. I'll let you decide for yourself. However, the ICE officer succumbed to his injuries. He died of internal bleeding. He died of internal injuries. So I can tell you right now, I saw it from multiple angles. She wasn't fucking complying. You don't comply. Complying isn't stepping on the fucking gas and turning into a fucking officer. That is not complying. But we'll take a look for ourselves because I'm going to be transparent with you and we're going to take a look and you can make this judgment for yourself, right? Like if you disagree with me, that's fine. But we're going to look for ourselves, right? We'll take a look at that.
And who killed Renee Good, who almost killed a 6-month-old baby. Enough is enough. I am a reverend on top of being a lawyer and an activist. So I come here in the...
You're a reverend? Okay, I'm so glad you're a reverend. So you're a reverend, and this is what you're doing in a church? What if someone did this in your church? Because you have a criminal in your church. You wouldn't fucking like it then, would you?
Power of the Almighty God.
Church ain't the place for worship anymore. It's a place for bigotry and lies nowadays. No, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. Now, I'm not a Christian, but I highly disagree with you. Now, it depends on the church, of course, right? But no. Church is still a place for people to worship at, and it should be. Just because there's bigots inside of the church doesn't mean that the entire church is full of bigotry, right? Again, keep this in mind. A church is a hospital for the sinful, not a museum for the saints. This is what a church is, what it's designed for. This is why people go to church. I know a lot of people tend to forget this, but yeah. Okay. Take a look.
We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa!
Did that look like complying to you? Did that look like complying to you? There's several angles, by the way. I'm not going to sit here and try to find all of them because there are several different angles. Okay, this isn't... She definitely purposely hit him. Yes. Yep. Oh, here we go. Look, she actually turned into him. There's a closer video right here. This has been absolutely like dissected by a lot. Okay, this has been dissected a lot. It looks like she broke his rib. Well, let's see here, right? Let's double check. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. ICE agent who shot Renee Good suffered internal bleeding. He died of internal bleeding. So whenever they first did the story, they're like, oh, she didn't even hit him. She barely even tapped him, like blah, 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 blah. He died of internal fucking bleeding. That isn't barely fucking tapping him. Keep all of this in mind whenever you look at anything like this. This is what it actually is. You need to be able to look at this stuff yourself to actually get a good representation of what actually is going on. By the way, they're also doing that here too, right? They were saying that, oh, well, she didn't do nothing wrong. She was complying. This was that, blah, 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 blah. The news and the politicians that are doing this type of shit, they're inciting this type of violence. It just said an innocent woman was murdered. Yeah, innocent. This is the type of shit that the news will do. And whenever the news does this, they incite this type of violence. Right? Now to be fair, these protesters here, they're not attacking anybody, so this is fine. But a lot of the shit that's happening in this area, this is what is happening, right? They're inciting this type of these riots and this type of behavior.
You know, disrupting churchgoers. I don't think there was a moral floor for these folks.
So I use Scott.net. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't understand. So I watched some of that video that Don Lemon put out, and he goes, I don't want to interrupt, or I don't want to get involved because I'm just here as a journalist. And then he's over there advocating for what they're doing with that member of the church or the pastor. I don't understand the concept.
That's a joke, by the way. I don't even know what Scott.net is. I don't even know what this is. Hold up. The fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is this? Make America go away. Who the fuck is, what is this? Wait, what country flag is this? This looks like one of those, oh, it's a Greenland? Oh, okay. I see. It's a Greenland flag. Do you want to know why I didn't know this was a Greenland flag? It's because your country doesn't matter. If your country cannot defend its own borders, is it even a real country? Is it even a real country? I would say no, it's not. Your country doesn't have a military. If your country doesn't have a military to be able to protect itself and its own ideals and its own ideology and its own culture, guess what? It doesn't deserve to exist.
You think you have the right to walk into a place.
Here's the thing, Greenland. I hate Greenland. You'll actually like being under the American flag. I promise you. I promise you, it'll be way better. It's got some wild stories on there. It looks like it does. It looks like it has some wild stories. News, probably not. Stories, yeah, probably so. Like Bigfoot is actually a guy called David. What the fuck, dude?
And protest.
Is that place like The Onion? Is it just full of bullshit?
To have the audacity or there's the arrogance to push back. Well, what about their first? What do you mean? What about the First Amendment right? I mean, under that reasoning, you could walk up into a church and scream that the devil is the Lord. You know, like. I don't understand why they don't see this as a place that this country protects under the First Amendment. I mean, that's the idea, right?
You have the right to assemble. You have the right to protest. However, you do not have the right to stomp on somebody else's. For an example of this, if you're protesting and you're impeding somebody's travel, you are now affecting somebody's right to travel. That completely wipes out any right that you think that you had, whether it be the right, the freedom of speech, the right to assemble, the right to protest. Anytime you impede somebody's mode of travel, messing with their right to travel. You cannot use your rights to stomp on somebody else's. That's not how that works. And this is what these people are doing. They're stomping on somebody else's right of freedom of religion for their freedom of protest and their First Amendment right. Therefore, when you do this, you no longer have that. You don't have a right to do this. This is different stuff.
Freedom of religion, not the freedom from religion, the freedom to gather and worship without something like this disrupting. I mean, they're not protesting anything. They're taking away those people's rights to worship their Lord and Savior. And I don't understand how this isn't a civil rights problem. This should.
This should definitely be a civil rights issue right now. And I think here's the thing: if it's proven that Don Lemon actually incited this type of behavior he actually led people to this church, he needs to go to jail.
Be a lawsuit at the very least.
Well, David, the fact that they're going in there because they believe there was somebody who worked with ICE in there, I mean, to the point DHS has made on social media, they are literally hunting down federal agents wherever they are.
Yes.
It's pretty disgusting.
It is.
Well, and by the way, Don Lemon set himself up right there in that clip we just played. The FACE Act, signed by President Bill Clinton, by the way, so this is how long it's been around. It's a federal crime to inhibit, or I'm going to summarize it, prohibit somebody's access or interfere with their access to religion, being part of that, to practice their religion. He says he's exercising in that clip, he's his First Amendment right. You do not have a First Amendment right to violate the FACE Act, which is U.S. federal code. So Don Lemon, no matter whether he knew it or not, committed a crime.
He did.
Based on how the FACE Act reads.
Yes.
He is not allowed to prohibit the right to religious freedom in place of worship under the FACE Act, or inhibit or interrupt. So this is a bottom line. They should go after them on this, and anyone who was in there, no matter what that pastor is or is not, is irrelevant to the action they took.
Unfortunately, I think Don Lemon would love that because it would get him more attention.
Yeah. So there's some other things that are happening as well. So there's some people that are saying that he needs to be charged. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there are talks that they want to charge Don Lemon with the KKK Act. That's an act that we have here. He's under the KKK Act for allegedly inciting a church raid. This is a KKK Act that was passed to prevent this type of stuff and to make it a crime to do what is supposedly he did allegedly. And so it's gonna. Let me be honest, dude. If they charge this guy with the the actual KKK Act, it's gonna be fucking wild. That'd be wild. It'd be crazy, dude. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here.
I recognize you haven't reviewed all the material anymore.
But you have.
I don't.
The percentage.
Who are you to tell me what?
You don't get to say the word illegal anymore. Shut up, retard. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm so tired of this pussification of language. This is what a lot of people do, right? They pussify language and they try to, you know, put bubble wrap around language to make it not seem as harsh or to just try to soften language. It's really beta and soft type language, right? And this is what happens.
I can and can't. I've never met you.
And this motherfucker is like, you can't say the word illegal anymore, bro. You're really saying that? What the fuck?
I can say whatever I want. If they're illegal.
Hold on.
Never met you, brother.
Listen,
I can say whatever
I never met you,
They're
brother.
Illegal aliens, and that's what the law calls them. Illegal aliens. That's what I'm going to call them.
Right. Listen, you can't say illegals anymore because ICE is directly targeting legal citizens of this country. And
How are you going to enforce your edict on me? Just out of curiosity.
Listen, I understand.
But just listen to his point about illegal.
No, I want to know why he gets to
It's
instruct
not. You're
my
changing
speech.
the topic.
Hang on.
You're
making
a point
making
about
an
the people
emotional
being
plea.
arrested. Go
I
ahead.
understand that your job is predicated on just getting increasingly more demented every single week, and that the audience comes back to see if perhaps
Make your point.
My point is that you're saying the word illegals, but
it's in
you
federal
don't even
law.
really know what's happening. Or actually, I think you do, and
Sure,
you're
I do.
doing this on purpose. But
Yes,
the truth
because
is,
I want the law enforced.
they are not just targeting illegal immigrants.
They
They
are.
are targeting natural-born U.S. citizens.
They are not.
That is a fact. You
They are
cannot
not.
deny that. I mean, you can on national television.
They
You
are
deny
not.
facts all the time.
They
You've
are
done it a
not.
couple times in this very episode.
I still want to know how you're going to enforce your language
God's
edicts on
sakes.
me.
We'll take that up.
How are we going to enforce it?
We're going to take that up at the break.
What a fucking bitch, dude. What a fucking bitch. To fucking go to somebody on live television and tell them that you can't say the word illegal is some of the most bitchiest shit I've ever seen on live television. What the fuck are you doing? What is this guy doing? You can't say this word anymore. Go fuck yourself, retard. All right, listen, I hate to break it to you. The American people have decided that we don't give a fuck what people say. If you tell us that you're not allowed to say something anymore, you know what we're going to tell you? Go get fucked. We're going to tell you to get fucked. A lot of the American people have just completely stopped giving a shit about what people think. We don't care if you think that this such and such word can't be said anymore. A good example of this is retard. We can say retard now. It wasn't that long ago when we couldn't say that word, but now it's making a comeback. The consensus is that we're tired of people telling us what the fuck we can and cannot say. Bitch. What a bitch. We saw this guy before, and apparently the video that we saw actually kind of blew up for him. We're gonna take a look at this. So he's actually talking about this. Right, he's talking about this. Let's take a look.
Look at this wee man. Look at this. Look, laughing, jokey, funny stuff, right? Haha, Don Lemon, you fucking retard. Ha ha ha. And then it all becomes real whenever you see this kid's face. You see this dad trying to console him. Right there, that's one of those instances where it's like, what radicalized you? This fucking photo did.
Yep.
It's this little man's world, right? It's his daily schedule, you know, family outings on Sundays. His world is safe, and he knows how it works. And all of a sudden, you've got these narcissistic, suicidal douchebags who don't care.
Yep.
In fact, worse than don't care, according to Don Lemon, want to traumatize this kid. They want to scare him. They want to make all these innocent people feel uncomfortable. It's not that they don't care that they're affecting people in this way. They're fucking trying to. And this is absolutely fucking reprehensible.
Do you know what we call people who try to incite terror? in this way, do you know what we call those people? Terrorists that try to incite terror and try to incite these type of emotions from the public. Do you know what we call those people? Fucking terrorists. That's what it is. You are literally committing a terrorist act at this point in time. Shapiro's? No. Close enough.
This
No.
right here.
No. Listen, we're not gonna be doing all that. Okay, we're not gonna be doing all that. Now, to be fair, I'm not a big fan of Ben Shapiro. Okay, now I'm not. I don't like the way Ben Shapiro debates. Just like I don't like the way Destiny debates. Right? I don't like debaters who the only way they can debate is to speak really, really fast. I find that to be disingenuous. I find it very annoying. And also, I find the way that both Ben Shapiro and Destiny, the way that they debate, is very condescending. Now, I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I feel like if you can't prove your point without condescending to somebody, you don't have a point, right? You have to be able to do this. You have to be able to debate without being condescending. I think that shows a better debater. Honestly, Charlie Kirk was a phenomenal debater. He was. Absolutely. He was. Back in the day, around like 2015, 2016, 2017, around those days, right? I was really deep in the weeds when it came to politics. I watched a lot of Charlie Kirk. I watched a lot of I even watched Ben Shapiro, but not very much. Crowder, right? Louder with Crowder. I watched a lot of these guys. Obviously, after a little bit of time, I stopped watching them. I got tired of being pissed off, right? I got really deep in the trenches when it came to politics, and it started to really piss me off at the time. So I kind of just stopped really paying attention that hard on it, and I just really kind of got a lot of the information just through osmosis. And if something really intrigued me or I was really curious about a certain topic, I'd actually do a little bit of research on it myself. But also, who the fuck is this Casper? This shitty ghost-looking head ass? This is Goth Daddy. This is Goth Daddy. Now, I remember back in the day, the Goths were, were the were a lot of like anti-government type stuff, right? They weren't anarchists, technically. They were definitely more left-leaning at the time. This guy is calling out a lot of the left-leaning politics and a lot of their politicians, a lot of the other people that are doing really bad things like this. He's calling out a lot of bad actors. More like need a steak badly. It's all makeup, Cordy. This is all makeup, right? That's just pale makeup. That's all it is. I guarantee you this. Look at this jawline. This motherfucker eats protein. I promise you. I promise you he does.
Fucking kid. And the dad doing his best to make sure he's okay, making sure he feels safe.
Yeah.
This should be enough to make people stand the fuck up and be like, do you know what? You're done. This moral posturing, pretending to be the good guys, the virtuous, you are all snakes and demons.
Why would you want to look like Dracula after a binge drinking fest? I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But, goths exist. People like doing this. It is what it is, right? I mean, you have goths, you have other things like that, right? I mean, here's the thing, Cordy. I'm not going to really, bash on his looks, especially if this is what he's going for. Right, he's going for this, right? I mean, it's in his fucking name, Goth Daddy. Let's be honest here, okay? But let's not worry about his looks and let's worry about what he's actually talking about. His voice is not what I expected. Yeah, well, he's called Goth Daddy. I'm gonna be honest. He's a supple voice. His voice is very supple.
Laughing, jokey, funny stuff, right? Haha, Don Lemon, you fucking retard. Ha ha ha. And then it all becomes real whenever you see
it's hella sickly or silky. Yeah, it's hella silky. Yeah. It definitely is. It's definitely hella silky. For sure. Absolutely. But I said this last time that I watched him on the previous stream whenever I saw this. The second that you have the goths going against you, you need to look at yourself and realize that maybe you're doing something wrong. Because the goths were always left-leaning. And now they're fucking calling you out. The left are snakes and demons. Don Lemon belongs in prison. That's what he says right here. Oh, man. It's very delicate work I'm doing, okay? I have to check.